Hi everyone, this is Lauren, and I'm here to do my final reflection video for the institution that I think is going to be the one more that I see as one that maybe we would vote to close. So kind of starting out, I guess, reflecting on some of the information that I learned over the course of the summer term, highly condensed, very fast paced. So to be able to kind of learn about, these 19 institutions in the span of 4 weeks was kind of an overwhelming amount of information, but the creative approach that I think everyone did, I like that, we didn't have to have a particular format when doing a presentation, a video reflection, or the actual institution report really helped me to kind of learn a little bit about the institutions and not just kind of sift through the research myself. So I was very impressed with everyone's work and just kind of their take and their different interpretations of what that institution might mean. So when I'm looking at the institution that I would vote for closure, kind of based on our overall votes for the institutions, North Carolina School of Science and Math and Elizabeth City State University were the two on the bottom of the list, with the School of Science and Math in the very bottom. And that was the institution that I reviewed, and I also included that in my kind of category of the top three that I would look to close. I think it was a really difficult institution. That's a hard one to put in this UNC system and put into this category because it is a high school environment, and the requirements are different, the student outcomes are different, the community engagement is very different, the diversity of the group is different, and it was hard to really take that high school setting and compare it to the rest of the universities that we were looking at. So kind of being very creative in the approach of, okay, a student outcome for them might be their high graduation rates or their AP placement rates or testing abilities. So well, I think that is an institution within the system that could be seen as a weaker one. One of the things that I think I noticed, it's definitely bringing a really diverse group of students in. The academic health, it's teaching the STEM focus, and it really has a priority on that for the students. But once the students graduate, they're not necessarily always filtering into the other public institutions here in the state. So when we look at, the overall student outcome is an outcome of that institution to stay in North Carolina or just for them to succeed. So, I think that one still kind of lays at the bottom of the list. But if I'm considering, a state institution of higher education, I would have to look at Elizabeth City State University, and that would be my vote of institutions to close. And I kind of made this decision off a couple of different factors. Obviously, our overall votes kind of led me in that direction, but when we looked at academic health, fiscal health, and student outcomes as our top three reasons, to keep a university or to close a university, they were consistently at the bottom of that list. So when we looked at the academic health, their average rating out of a 5 was a 2.63. Fiscal health was at a 2, and the student outcomes were at a 2.21. So kind of utilizing the information that we all gathered, their small endowment, their fiscal health, their maybe graduation rates, their loan default rates, which seem to be very high compared to the average in the institutions. So those are all factors that I think I considered with closing Elizabeth City State University, and also noticing that we all ranked them in the system when we had to categorize them, that they were consistently at the bottom of the list as well. So while making that choice is probably one of the more difficult ones, I think they have a large history in the state. They have a very diverse community, a very unique community and population that they serve. So I think it's a controversial choice, and so I don't know that while on paper they look like the right institution, out in the community, I think that would be a really hard sell, because you can see that they're making small steps, and they're working towards a good goal. But if you're given a limited time opportunity and you have to be data driven, I would say that Elizabeth City State University is my choice in schools. So I'm looking forward to hearing everyone else's opinions and kind of seeing how us as key stakeholders let this one play out. So thanks so much for everyone's information and reviews and work, even if you consistently voted my North Carolina School of Science and Math at the bottom. So interested to see how this goes. Thanks.